to go on top or bottom. So I'm trying to get y'all some footage of it, but the time lapse really ain't explaining nothing to you. So there's a few things that you could do to really make this thing stout though. You could literally, if you wanted to, instead of doing the bottom, I really don't understand what the bottom cleat really does, this piece right here. I understand the top one, it hangs from the top one. I get that. But the bottom one, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't even hold the vertical weight because look, see how loose it is in there? That doesn't make sense to me. It seems like it'd be better served if it was on the outside. Like, and you know, who am I, you know? This is the smaller one, but if this cleat was on the outside, see, then you're holding some vertical weight. That would make a lot more sense, man. You know, a lot more sense. Am I doing it right, dude? I gotta look and see. I'm gonna have to look at a video. I'm gonna look at a video real quick, y'all. This doesn't make sense to me. This can't be right, man. Because that just doesn't seem like that is holding you nothing. The bottom cleat needs to be out here. Now that would make plenty of sense. I don't know, I might be lying. I'm getting tired though. All right. So yeah, that's the wrong way. I knew that just did not seem right, man. It doesn't do anything. So, but there's a bunch of ways you can hang these things for real. Especially when you're doing it, well, you know, I'm not doing it on a sheetrock, so. If you were doing it on sheetrock, well, you got to find a stud. See, I don't have to find a stud. So this is the way it actually goes, just like that. And that makes sense because now that lip right there, this lip is holding weight. That makes sense to me. But there's so many ways that you could fasten this thing. You could literally get you some screws and washers and you could just run a screw from right here through the wall. You don't even need this right here, really. But see, I know they're level. They're even with each other. So let me put this in there and then I'm just gonna draw a line and then I'll take it off. But they gotta give you, I guess they gotta give you ways to install it. But this way to install it, man, I just run screws in that shit and be done with it. You could actually have you a little block of wood in there and just run a damn screw straight through that. Now that means you wouldn't be able to use the bottom peg, but I mean, dude, just can't screw it in too tight But you screw that in, you're gold. You put 2 or 3 of them across there, you're gold. Does that make sense? See, I'm doing it all backwards. I'm doing it 2 and 3 times, man. Okay. All right. And the screws that they sent with it, they're okay, but you know, this is what I'm using. I'm using these are deck screws that I use to put pickets and stuff up on fences. These are good screws, and I got a whole bunch of them. They're almost too short for anything else. So. Okay. So I got a little job over in the neighborhood with the Bobcat, probably Monday. I would do it tomorrow, but it's wet, man. It rained today. So, yeah. Okay, so. Perfect. Right. Pretty. Now, of course, this one right here, that's on there wrong, right? And so is that one. I want to flip all that around. But you can still, you know, these plastic pins will hold that in, but one way to tell if it's just my thinking, one way to tell if everything's lined up just right is go from 1 pound to the next. See, that's how you know, because that right there can actually hold them together, you know. So now we're gonna go on and put another one up. 1, 2, 3. I got 3, and I got 4 more panels, man. But there's not enough of these, man. They don't have me a. There's not enough cleats, man. So yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 panels. You can see how this lip is on the outside. So now it's like a piece of angle iron holding that, right? You could literally, well, yeah. Now I'm gonna put the pins in it. All right, see how sturdy it gets. And then with weight on it, it's gonna pull down, so it needs weight on it for sure. So let's stick these pins in it. That is the Omniwall. Is you can continuously add to it. And that's what I really like. For relatively cheap. So yeah, this is freaking nice, man. So I did not set it up like I'm gonna set it up, you know. And I still got this shelf too. It's a special. It's a. But you guys can see the potential. Wrenches, sockets, everything. So I didn't hang this piece because I don't have another hanger thing. And I'm gonna hang this one like I got that one, long way like that. And then there's gonna be a plug right there, just like there is there. So, but this is not how it's set up. This is not, you know, how I'm gonna have it. I just got everything off the table. So I'm glad to get it. Tomorrow we'll play around with it and see. I got 2 5-gallon buckets full of tools. I'm gonna need more hangers, you know. But yeah, this thing is awesome. All right, y'all, I'm fitting to go in here and into the house. We'll pick this back up tomorrow. Okay, guys, so let's walk around real quick and kind of show y'all where we're at in real time. So we know we still got to do this piece right here. That's not a big deal. All that's done. All that's done. Yeah. You see, we got the 5/4 deck boards on the floor. And why do we got that on the floor? Those are ground contact 5/4 deck wood. I had one guy come in the comments and ask me, did I put a vapor barrier or a piece of plastic behind the plywood? No, I didn't. I didn't put no plastic. There's no plastic. The only plastic is in the concrete. This spray foam is closed cell. It is a vapor barrier. So I would never have put plywood up against here if I didn't have some kind of vapor barrier. It's another reason why I went with the spray foam. This wood right here is pressure treated deck boards. Just by the mere fact that it's a deck board tells you that it's made for outside. Those decks are outside. So that's all pressure treated ground contact wood, you know. Of course this is not, but all this is, and the full board. That's why I did not put the plywood on the floor. Y'all can see I did not. Now right here we're gonna put one more 16-footer, and I got them right there to make this 1, 2, and then the third one right there. Okay, and then we're gonna put a plug. Y'all see the junction box up there? We're probably gonna put a plug right along in here somewhere. It'll be on the outside of the frame of the window, so we don't have to go through that. Okay, now here's the corner. See, all this stuff's tight now. So all the way around, everything's solid. We got another plug right here. It's a 4-way plug. And we got the junction box, got the wiring ready to go to the junction box right there. We got another plug in right here in the middle. And this faceplate tells you everything you need to know about what goes here, right? We're gonna have a plug and a switch for the exhaust fan that's gonna be installed eventually, not right now. And you see the plywood all the way around. And this is 3/4 inch plywood. This ain't no, you know, thin stuff. So come on around. You got another outlet right here. This is a 4-plug, right? And then you come on into this corner and everything's stout. See how stout it is? This is the hardest part on doing the walls, was the corner, because you have to, well, you got to think about what you're doing beforehand. So yeah, and through here you see this is all, and this is the third board. I'm not gonna put any more boards up. I may put a piece of trim up here of some kind, I'm not sure yet. This is the outlet that I've already wired all the way and got it running to the junction box. So there's another outlet. Y'all see the 5/4 board is all the way around on the floor. So that's in case something spills in here. Anything happens in here where it's water related, If water gets up past that damn 5/4 board, then it's over. Or any kind of spillage, fluid, anything that could spill, you know. The plywood's not gonna get wet. But this plywood, this particle board, though, it does not do good when it gets wet. I know there are gonna be people out there to talk about how great it is, and it's good stuff, but it ain't good when it's wet, especially if it stays wet. Then we're gonna come over here to the Omniwall board, and you see, I got all this stuff hung up. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put all the tools at. This right here is gonna be where the wrenches go. I got a plug right here. Underneath, I call this the wing piece, right? And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we got 6 pieces. And then we got the 7th piece, which is right there. And that's gonna be a wing piece right here. So it's gonna come over to about right along in here. And then I'll put a plug somewhere right along in here, okay? Thing's stout, man. And then of course y'all saw me do all this. Now I gotta fill in that little place right there. You know, not a big deal. So yeah, so the most important thing as far as the framing goes, or the woodwork goes, is that piece of wood right there, which I don't have to do that until I put the plug up, which I can put the plug up anytime. I got everything. And then we're gonna put a switch and a plug right there for an outdoor light. We're gonna put 3 switches right there. So that right there is gonna be, I'm still on the fence about how I'm gonna do that little piece, because you can't fasten to nothing. There's nothing to freaking fasten to. Just like over here, I'm gonna have to cut some more angle iron and figure it out. See, this right here is not perpendicular, you know, it's not parallel with this. See, this right here, this piece right here is not parallel with this. See, this comes out 2.5, 3 inches. If I'm gonna run a board from here, which is my fastening point, I need to be on this lip here. There's it now, you know, if you got a thin piece of wood, you might be able to get it in there, but how are you gonna screw it? So I'll probably just get some more angle iron and stick up in here and to fasten to, you know. I mean, that's the only thing I can do. It's gonna be like that all the way up the wall if I do plywood up the wall. But right now we're not worried about all that. All we're worried about is getting it where we can put the gang box in, you know, for the lights. And I'm just gonna rip these tabs off. They're not a big deal. So let me make sure. See? And that's how that's gonna go. Well, I'll cut this off. They didn't have any without this on there, so yeah. We'll figure all that out. So y'all know that I don't have enough cleats to go all the way through on this. We're gonna try something a little bit outside the box. We're gonna try something just a little bit outside the box here. So, yeah. I mean, it's the only way I know how to roll is outside the box, y'all. You slide this thing down a little bit. There we go. So I put this board on there for it to sit on for the next rumps. I don't have any more cleats that they send you with the thing. So, like I touched on last night, there's some other ways you can hang this stuff that'll work pretty freaking good as long as you got solid wood. Now, if you're doing sheetrock and all that, well, it's a whole nother story. But Y'all see I got a 1x4, just scrap laying around here, and you can see, I see that 1x4, look, it'll fit right up in there just like that. Then what you can do is you can put it on the wall and you can just run you a screw in right there. Now, you may want to what's the downside of that? Well, the downside is going to be you're not going to be able to use the first 1, 2, 3 thingies. That's going to be the downside. But now on the bottom, it's just going to rest on there. I'm going to get more cleats, but this is, if you ain't got none and you just got some of this board, I mean, hell, you know. What I need to do is I need to rip this in half. I need to rip it. I need to rip it long way. Make it where it's about, yeah, where it'll just cover up one. Right now it's covering it up. Let's see. Yeah. But I know they're going to send me some more of the cleats, so but I like to go on and get this one hung up just so I'll have it up and I can start laying everything out. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. Let me try to rip this. Oh, I can't. Dang, you take a look. Man, you gotta take a little bit more off, man. Dang. I mean, like, very little. more than one way to skin a cat, y'all. I'll check out the beginning stages of the Omniwall. So yeah, I got a lot of tools. I got another thing coming for the sockets. So yeah, but that's kind of what it is right there. And man, it makes so much difference to have things organized where I know where everything is. And you can see it, you know. So you don't forget, because a lot of times, man, I'll forget what tools I got, and I'll be looking for something else, and I'll run across it. Damn, I forgot I even had this. But I got enough to fill this wall up with hand tools. Now that's about all the Milwaukee stuff I got, you know, and DeWalt stuff. But that's all you really need. I mean, I got, well, I take that back. I got a big impact Milwaukee gun, and I also got a DeWalt grease gun. And I got 2 DeWalt grinders. So I got about 4 or 5 more battery powered stuff that is down in the garage. But, and this is just to get things going, you know, to get it unboxed, get it on the wall. But I'm gonna run on to the corner, man. I need about 3 or 4 more panels. So, and whatever comes with it. So yeah. But we're moving right along now. You know. I'll kick back, y'all. Peace.